Peace and blessings. This is Mr. Westbrooks, educator, astronumerologist, and co-host of Unread Book Review with Nick and Rue. Let me put y'all up on this new ebook series that's here to educate our people of all ages, especially the youth, about our collective power, both historically, presently, and beyond. Voices of the Diaspora, written by Knowledge Born Allah, is unique in that it takes the traditional e-reading experience and infuses it with audio recordings, revolutionary songs, and revolutionary music videos. Some of the topics include stories about Black entrepreneurs, stories about Black women who have shaped our world, and stories of Black innovators who've impacted the field of STEAM, plus much more. If you want to know more about this series and what it has to offer, check out our unread episode featuring Knowledge Born Allah, who was also the founder and host of Do the Knowledge Radio. After the interview, go log on to dotheknowledgeradio.com so you can get your copy of Voices of the Diaspora so that you, your family, your community, and your world can be inspired by the stories of visionaries shaping our future and honoring our past. Thank you in advance for your support and continue striving to be the best version of yourself. Peace.
All right, peace and blessings. Welcome to another episode of Do Knowledge Radio, place where knowledge is born. It's your host, Knowledge Born Allah. And okay, I'm starstruck, just like y'all. All right. We got a special guest by special request. We have a mother of the revolution, one who embodies our rise, our resurrection, and our ascension back to our proper place. We have our Queen Mother, Samaria Rice, here in the building to have a little time with us today. So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some, present the others, a warrior, a mother, a healer, a grandmother, a shining example of a magical matriarch with a heart of love, a heart of service, and a heart of sacrifice for our people, and especially for our children and our future generations. So, Queen Mother, welcome. Welcome to Do Knowledge Radio. Welcome to your home. How you feeling?
Um, I'm blessed, thank you, and I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's been a long day. Yeah.
Most definitely. I'm definitely glad you're here. I won't keep you long. I know you got a lot of things going on. Uh, so we approaching now 11 years. 11 years since the public lynching of Tamir, your son. Uh, how do you navigate through each day in regards to hearing about other mothers uh, feeling the same pain that you're feeling on a constant basis? How do you mother your way through that particular storm?
Yes. Um, it's 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 overwhelming still, and um, it's unfortunate, as I always say. It feels like you never get a chance to heal because it's an ongoing, genocide that's happening because of the white supremacy of, law enforcement,
Right.
and not only law enforcement, white supremacy within the country as well. We're talking about citizens, white men particular, that feel it's their need or their duty to murder black people. So it's just unfortunate that we is living in this country and slash corporation.
Right.
For people that don't know, it's a country that's built on labor, blood, sweat, and tears.
Right.
Um, yeah, so it's really unfortunate, you know. But it's definitely going on 11 years, and I'm just living my life the best that I can, and trying to do my part and give back, and really try to service the children, the youth, you know. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and also still being a mom myself and a grandmother to my own children. So yeah, it's a lot to be an American, especially a Black American in this
Right.
corporation. Yeah.
So working with the youth and with the foundation, if you could share, some of the goals and some of the aims and how has, you know, starting this foundation, the Tamir Rice Foundation, kind of
Yeah.
helped you get a gauge on or some insight into, what the needs are for our black youth out here.
Yeah. Well, I just know that my children benefited from after school programs in the early 90s. And uh not I'm sorry, not the early 90s, I'm tripping. The Maybe the early late 90s, let's say the late 90s, early 2000s, right? My children kind of benefited from the after school programs that was part of the inner city, due to due to the lack of the, I guess, the funding that was coming to the schools. The programs didn't stay around very long. So in 2016, I decided to purchase a building and develop the Tamir Rice Afro Central Cultural Center, which the Tamir Rice Foundation is our umbrella for all of our activities and events that we do across the country and in our local city. Um, so yeah, that's just our way of giving back with the Tamir Rice Afro Central Cultural Center and service inner city children at attend CMSD school in surrounding areas. And we offer mentoring and tutoring, expression arts. We offer free music lessons, and we also have a performing arts studio, which is a black box theater that I have created in the back for our children to create plays and do creative writing and work some parts in the theater and things like that. So my kids benefited from being a part of a lot of these things that was offered in suburban communities or rural communities, which we live around the parts of Ohio. I haven't always lived in Cleveland. So yeah, I was able to get out of Cleveland when my kids were smaller and just really expose them to other things that other communities was offering besides the inner city of Cleveland or any urban city that lacks resources or um, different type of activities for our children to expand their skills and learn, really learn. So yeah, I just wanted to be able to do something, and I've been working on this for a while. I have invested about $600,000 in renovations, and I'm about $400,000 away to complete my renovations. So I'm working here, I'm always working. Um, yeah, I'm always working. So that's what I've been doing, and supporting other families across the country, and speaking when they want me to speak, I guess, or be a part of a panel or situation. I am working on my autobiography right now, and hopefully it will be available next year. For people to get a chance to know who I am and where I come from, and why I'm the person that I am. So yeah, I've been working here nonstop, to be honest with you, through the pain, the struggle, the depression, everything. When people go through this, they have a certain type of PTSD, and some people can function with it, some people can't. I'm fortunate that I can function with the form of PTSD that I have and suffer from. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last 11 years. And like I said, 2016 is when I developed the Tamir Rice Foundation. And then I purchased the building in 2018, I believe. It might have been 18 or 19 when I purchased the building and started working on it. It was a struggle. It was very hard because if you don't know these type of things, you could get taken advantage of. And unfortunately, I was taken advantage from people in the city of Cleveland. But that's okay because they can't stop what God got going on. So, I just continue to push through.
That's definitely always the truth right there. And I
Mm.
know you're a woman of faith. I know you one in tune with God on every level. So out there connecting with our people, traveling all over the place, speaking places, connecting with families, organizing, protesting, all of those things that's happening. Like, what's some of the biggest lessons you learned from that experience so far?
Yeah. I think the most important part for me is for people to um, speak up and make people, accountable and to stand on business. Like I'm very solid. So unfortunately, people are not solid, and I'm very loyal to certain situations. And unfortunately, a lot of there's no loyalty among us as a black community, and the unity needs to become very, very strong, for it cannot be broken. We struggle with that being black folks. And, when people become solid and loyal in a way that it will advance the situation, we will all be good. But sometimes it doesn't happen that way, um especially when you have a lot of the boulets of the world that look like us, that's not doing what we think they should be doing. And just trying to understand, do you actually come from the ghetto? Like, did you come from where I come from? So yeah, so it's kind of strange, and it's not to be understood. It is designed this way for a reason. So I just will hope that folks will wake up, wake all the way completely up, and see the writing on the wall for what it is. At the end of the day, we the people rule, and I do believe that. And when more people think like that, maybe we will get somewhere. That's kind of how I see it. Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly. You already know I could go on, on and
Oh
on, like I'm sure you could in regards to that. You
yeah,
understand what I'm
yeah. We
saying?
got we
Yeah,
got a, we got a little bit more time. Yeah, I got
yeah.
a little bit more time for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a lot of those interlopers, a lot of those gatekeepers. I call it the hundred
Yeah,
year war. It's about
yeah,
105 years now. You know,
yeah,
they got this moniker, that they stole, the corporation stole, "Make America Great Again," right? And
yeah.
then they'll say, "When was America great?" I'll tell you, 1865 to
Uh-huh.
1965.
Mhm.
America was great. So
Yeah.
in 35 years after, uh, well, 50 years after 1865, when you go into uh, 1920, 1920 to 2020 is the 100-year
Mhm.
war on everything black, on
Mhm.
black family, on black upward mobility, on black sustainability, and all of those things. From 1865 to 1965, we had 100 years of unity amongst us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once you get to 1920, 1920
Mhm.
to 2020, we're in
Mhm.
2025, so we got 105 years of an outright assault. So what leads up to 1920 is 1913 with the inception of Birth of a Nation, D.W. Griffin. So the cinematic assault on typecasting black families as criminal in as a collective, but black men in particular, right? So
Mhm.
uh, now you get the influx and resurgence of the Ku Klux Klan based off of what them small hats had played in that film, because you don't get nothing played without their permission, right? So they
Mhm.
there, and that goal was to drive us out of the thriving businesses and land ownership and our communal living to be dispersed.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that that migration, along with the other migration
Mhm.
that's there with the quote unquote natives, right? Uh,
Mhm.
Taking our ancestors into captivity to the 1930s. So we
Yeah.
out of white captivity from in 65 to 67, but uh, under the quote unquote five civilized tribes to the 1930s. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, uh, and all it was them $5 Indians that they claimed. So it just was a continuation. So if we
Mhm.
look at 1920 to 2020, through the suffrage and all these other movements that they came up with, one of the things that they did was co-opt everything that was built. So everything that we built in regards to schools and in regards to doing for ourselves and all of those things. So the land, uh, the wealth, and the minds of the people all co-opted in this 105-year cycle. So
Yeah.
now,
So that means we're a lot of us is in bondage.
right,
Can I say?
right,
I get it. I
yes,
get it. I was one of them. Trust me. I had to get woken up in the most horrific way.
mm,
I was living like a bubble and taking care of my four kids. I was a single parent. Um, so I got woken up in the most horrific way. And I think when parents go through something like this, they do get woken up.
right,
And they don't understand what's going on if your mind ain't strong enough. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm
right,
gonna tell I'm gonna tell you that right now. If your mind ain't strong enough, you're gonna get whooped up in it. You're gonna get whipped up in it, and you won't even understand how the brainwashing and the deception and the lies and the deceit will come at you, and that was usually eat that parent up alive. But if you
right,
have a strong mind,
right,
if you have a strong mind, you can defeat it and God
right.
will spare you. I'm gonna just be honest with you, okay?
Tell us, man.
It's no joke to be in a situation like that. It's no joke. You do not know what is going on. You don't know the feelings and emotion. It just don't. You don't understand where it's coming from, and you want people to be responsible for it. It's like I will never have any closure because Timothy Loman is still walking around trying to get a job, as we talked already before. Okay, I
Right,
had no closure with him. I feel like he's like hunting me, because he still keep getting a job. I mean, still try to get a job for the fifth time now. He's down in West Virginia somewhere, is it Montgomery, Morgantown, somewhere down there, where
mhm,
they didn't stop them. They didn't call me. And they didn't call me and say, Miss Rice, we really need you to come down to the black policy thing we want to do, lawmaking thing or something they was asking me. So they asked me for next year. So I said, we'll see. Um, it's just like, if I wouldn't even have to go through any of this if he was, indicted in prison, you
Right.
know.
Or something
So
else. You know.
yeah, it's a lie. Timothy Loman is the shooter that killed my son Tamir Rice, 12-year-old Tamir Rice, for folks that do not know, in
Right.
Cleveland, Ohio, in 2014, November 22nd.
Mm. Yeah, he's born on the 25th of June, and
Mhm.
that's 2 days before Jonathan Jackson, the
Okay.
younger brother of George Jackson, which
Mhm.
happens to be the same transition day as Dr. Betty Shabazz, peace and blessings be upon them all.
Yeah.
So she transitions on this day uh, because a fire set forth in her house after escaping a fire 32 years prior that they set to her house. That Malcolm rescued her and her children. So she, in this house that set fire, and she goes back into the house to save her grandson, Malcolm
Mhm.
uh, Chief Shabazz. And
Mhm.
for the injuries sustained, over 70% of her body was burned, and
Mhm.
she still was able to make it out of the house.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So a
Yes.
thing about strength, a thing about power. Like, the Bible says God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love and a sound mind. So that strong mind that you speak about is there. It's embodied, and you embody uh, that strength. And I know along with that strength, it comes like exhaustion. I know you get tired. You understand? You get tired.
Oh man, tired ain't even the word, man. It ain't no rest for the weary. You hear me? And that's what I'm
Right,
gonna tell you.
right,
These freedom fighters that's out here, they know people like yourself. There's no rest for the weary when you trying to wake up the masses. To be honest with you, it's so crucial, and we're so behind, and our children are not how we used to be. So it's a different ball game now. So
right,
I'm just hoping that what I'm doing will be an outlet for them to, use their God given talents in
right.
positivity ways and create black excellence, And that's just what it is. My son could have been anything in the world, to be honest with you. He
Yeah,
was shooting threes, pointers, and he was only 12 years old. He was big for his age. Yes, yes, he was. But he was really an all American kid. I mean, he played all the sports. He
hmm
was good at all the sports. He never rode training wheels. He knew how to
mm,
draw. I mean, he was exceptional, talented, exceptional. I don't know what he was gonna be. He could have been anything. He could have been the next uh LeBron James. And I hate to even reference to my son to that, but
hmm
and LeBron know why. He know why. He knows why. But he could have been the next LeBron James or Kobe, He was that
right,
good at 12
right,
years old, So I don't know. He could have been the next Obama. He was that
right,
good. He could have been the next um, Travis Barker,
right,
David Beckham. He was good in soccer. He was good in soccer. He excelled in soccer and football. Everything he touched, he excelled in. Because I exposed him to different things in life at a very early age.
right,
Very early age. It makes a difference when you don't when you invest in your children, and that's what I did. I invested into my children. I was a single parent, and I have 4 high school graduates, 2 children in school when my son was murdered. It was not easy. Okay, it was not easy. I promise you. It didn't happen to be rust. Like my life was in like a roller coaster in the media, and it wasn't easy. I promise you. I just thank God that He kept me because He kept me through the whole time, and I just thank God for Him. You know, I thank Him for real because I don't know how I was gonna do it. I don't
Right.
even know, and I tell people to this day. I tell people to this day, they say, I don't know how you do it, Miss Rice. I said, it's not me, it's God. I am a divine spirit led by God, to be honest with you, because I don't know
Right.
where I get the energy from. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. So I just do what I have to do. Yeah. But it is a lot. And you have to do self care. So I do a lot of self care. People may
Mhm.
say, oh, Miss Rice, you look good for your age. Well, I'm almost half of 100, so thank you if I look good for my age. But
That's right. You better
I
tell her.
I try to do a lot of self care for myself, and if that is going on vacation, going out the country,
Mhm.
whatever I feel, getting massages. I love the beach. I'm always trying to find a beach. So, reading, just relaxing, to myself. So I be to myself a lot most of the time. And I love my peace of mind. It's nothing better than having a peace of mind. And I'm able
That's
to
right.
do the things I need to do because I do have a peace of mind. I do. Yeah. Right now, as you mentioned, Tamir's birthday coming up, we are um, we're supposed to do a community day, kind of focus around local elections and how it's important for the community to come out and vote, especially the Black community, because our votes do matter, whether people think so or not. I got one of the current judges to come and speak at my son's event over at Cadell where he was murdered at, and there's a memorial over there of my son that that the donations and myself we paid for a memorial for Tamir Rice is over $120,000. So if anybody wants to visit Cleveland, Ohio, please check out the memorial for Tamir Rice at Cadell Recreation Center, and that's 1910 West Boulevard in Cleveland, Ohio. But you can just Google Cadell Recreation Center, it'll come up. So yeah, so I've been doing great things in the community. They don't like to see me coming, and city council, they don't like to see me coming because I get with them. I read right
Right.
through them and I tell them about themselves, and I just keep going. If you can sleep at night knowing that you're doing the things that you're doing, if your conscience don't bother you, that's fine. Because what I'm noticing across the country is that urban cities are falling, they're crumbling because of the poor leadership with the mayor, city
Right.
council, county
Right.
council. They're crumbling. So, hey, if the people want to continue to have these people in their seats, who am I to stop them? Okay? I'm only one person, okay? Now I know what I say carry a lot of weight, but baby, they got the wrong people in them seats, okay? The wrong people. If you're not caring about the community and trying to do some infrastructure or some economic development in your community, what are you doing? We got city
That's it.
councils that been city council for 30 or 40, 50 years. It's time to put term limits on city council. Mayors that
Right.
been mayor for 16 years and ain't
Right.
nothing changed. Okay, so it's a shame. I mean, I can go on and on and on about the things that I have experienced. Especially with some of these police departments. Some of them probably ain't even licensed to carry a badge and a gun. You understand? It's called
Mhm.
CTP training or CPT training. One of the two. They know what I'm talking about. They know I know. So again,
Mhm.
across the country, I hope that people would investigate the police departments and see what these police department their HR report says. See if their training is up to date. See if they're licensed to carry a badge and a gun. It's a shame.
Right.
I mean, America is a shame. They know that they're ashamed, and it's only certain individuals that has uncovered, the things that has been done in this country. So I could see the
For sure.
writing on the wall. You could see the writing on the wall. It's a lot of
Right.
people could see it, but we don't have enough that's seeing the writing on the wall that can say we the people. You know. Because I could promise you, January 6th, if that would have been all black people, it would have been it would have been a bloody murder. And I'm gonna tell you this: ain't nobody coming to help us. I can promise you. I done been to the
Right.
United Nations. You understand me?
Right.
I've
Tell
been
them
to the United Nations.
right.
Nobody's coming. You understand that?
Mhm.
Nobody. We all we got, and that's what I'm gonna tell you. You better you better listen. We all we got. Ain't nobody coming for us. I've been to the United Nations. I've been up there 2, 3 times, trying to plead and beg. Are you coming down here to investigate the United States of America law enforcement agencies across the country?
Right.
Okay, so when you talk about bondage and stuff like that, it's real. It's
Hmm.
definitely real. So, and I just hope people will wake up and understand what America lies for. What we're in debt for, what it lies for, what it stands for. It's a corporation. Get it together. It's a corporation. People want to come running over here from different countries. Hey, I guess if you think this is the milk and honey, I guess. But I tell you
Right.
what, you ain't picking nothing off no trees over here for free. That's what I can tell you. That ain't no coconuts on the trees over here for free. Not for free. Huh.
Right.
You probably can't even get a free coconut in Florida for free, and that's where the coconut's at.
Right.
Hey, you hear me? Now you go down there and try to pick a coconut off somebody's tree and see what happened to you, baby. and you in America.
Right. Supposed to be the land of the free, right, Mama?
Yeah, this is the land of the free. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. You could keep on believing it. Yeah, keep on believing it. But yeah, yeah, I just wanted to share that. It needs to be said. It's just a shame. It's a
Right.
shame more people don't stand up. I'm a woman at the end of the day. We need more men to stand up. We need more men to stand up and wake up and understand what's going on. At the end of the day, everybody can't be no chief, okay? We need
Right.
Indians too, okay? And I'm just saying that I didn't ask to be a chief, okay? If I'm a chief, so be it. Okay. I didn't ask for it, but so be it.
Right.
So we need Indians too. And I think sometimes us as black people, we get so egotistic and it's just hard to hear one another and it's hard to understand one another. And, you know, men are supposed to lead, but women, are in this position to lead too. So, the thing about it is, I think just working together
Mhm.
and what makes sense at the end of the day, right? So I'm for all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a woman at the end of the day, but a man is supposed to lead and they're supposed to be those providers and the protectors and things like that, as
Mhm.
well as women in certain situations. But again, as us as black people that we're trying to build and unify righteous mind, like righteous minds as well. Um, like-minded righteous minds. So I just hope that we can one day come together and making sure that we got the righteous people among us. We'll figure out the ones that have to be fleshed out. They get fleshed out, but for the
Right.
majority, we need righteous minds in order for us to win. We need righteous minds, like-minded righteous minds around us. That's
Right.
all that I'm asking for. Everybody got to be on the same page. They know what happened to a lot of our black leaders, and also
Mhm.
some of the white leaders too. Okay,
Mhm.
Kennedy. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say is JF Kennedy. Okay, so with all of that being said, there's a conversation to be had, and I'm willing to sit at the table with righteous-minded people to have a conversation. Yeah.
So, what about folks erroneously using your son's name or rallying causes not sanctioned by you out here? It as most of that going to bed, or is there still folks out here still trying?
Um. You know what? I'm not gonna be able to stop everyone, and not that I am trying to stop everyone. It's just when you want to make money off of it, I believe. Make money off of it, and and I didn't understand how people were making money off of just mentioning my son, not mentioning, but just saying his name and doing certain things in memory of him, right? In his name, right? Um, I never understood it. We never heard back from Sean King. After I called him out, Tamika Mallory, we never heard back from her. In the media, they're not in the media no more. I don't know if I was the reason why they're not in the media, but at the end of the day, my son ain't no black hustle. It's black
Right,
death shouldn't be no hustle. And at the end of the
right,
day, you made money off my son, and a lot of other people did too. So I had every right to feel how I felt and I had every right to say what I said. It is what it is. Like, and I understand that my son changed a lot of people's lives, and he was one of the youngest to be murdered. Um, but I wanted to be able to share my platform with people like myself, but it just didn't work out that way because when certain groups of people want to put you up on a pedestal,
hmm
not that you shouldn't be there, but everybody else need to be up there too. And if you had to um, section it categorize, whatever, however you had to do it. And I understand Tamir and Ayanna Jones, and from
hmm
my recognition from the 21st century, is the two youngest kids that's been murdered by police. Okay, Ayanna Jones in Detroit, 7 years old. Then we have Tamir Rice that I know of, and then some other children came after that. We had Tyree King, 13 years old in Columbus. We had the young man. I believe his name was Toledo something. I forgot. I believe his name Toledo something. I believe he was in Chicago. So we
hmm
still had babies being murdered by law enforcement. Um, and it's just a shame. So it's just very few that I know. And of course, the nation had compared Emmett Till and Tamir Rice together. That picture was going around. And
right,
then I'm familiar with the George Steeny case down in South Carolina.
right,
So I was aware of some children being executed, being murdered on behalf of law enforcement. I just didn't understand, right? I did not understand once I started educating myself on how can an adult murder a child and get away with it. Just get away,
right.
walk straight away from it. And yeah, so it's still it still bothers me. So I just try to deal with it. As we all do. I believe at the end of the day, just being black in this country that they call America, I believe every black person has suffered some type of PTSD. It's just
Right.
different forms of it, and different severity cases of it, because it's hard to be black in America. It's hard to be black here in this country. And just knowing that you haven't done anything, it's just the color of your skin. It's still
Right.
going on in the 21st century for sure.
Right.
And we have to be careful, and have to be aware and alert and things like that.
What does justice look like for you? What what what
Yeah,
would be solace for you? What would be justice for you
for
in
me, yeah,
America and for your son? However you deem it, Queen Mother.
yeah,
Like, what would justice be for you? What would it look like?
yeah. So justice for me would happily be able to see Timothy Loman and Frank Grambach indicted and serving life in prison for murdering my son. That's what justice would look like for me, and to start having some type of closure, for me to be able to live my life as a righteous leader, mom, activist, uh, uh, something like that, be able to just have people learn from me and, be able to understand what it is to be almost a direct impact victim of terrorism and violence.
Right.
Um, yeah, so yeah, that's what I will, you know, that's what I would like justice to look like for me. Um, right now, I have stopped Timothy Loman 5 times from trying to be a police officer. And he's going to small rural towns, less than 3 to 4 thousand citizens, and people are not happy, and I'm not happy because all the government had to do was lock them up. I've been through 3 administrations, and it's very disappointing. My son was killed under the Obama administration, and then the
Right.
Trump administration came
Right.
in, quietly closed it on a federal level. Christian Clark was she was the DOJ in the Biden administration when I once they closed it, the Biden administration agreed to speak with me, and Christian Clark agreed to speak with me. She was the head of the DOJ. She was the black woman, and she
Mm-hmm.
said that she could not try the statute 242, meaning willful intent, meaning that he had the gun on his lap because he shot my son less than a second. So
Right.
you mean to tell me you can't take my case to the Supreme Court? So I called her a coward, and that's just what it is. She's cowardly, not standing on business and prosecuting Timothy Loman. I don't understand why these people don't prosecute their own people, and it's just not fair. She tells me career prosecutors know the best, so no one's coming to help us. No one. I'm hoping that one day the prosecutor of Ohio, the prosecutor for Cleveland, we get a new one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what new evidence I can get the case looked at. So one day when I figure out what type of, because murder statute limitations of murder never expire, right? I could still
Right.
charge him with murder for the death of Tamir Rice with new evidence, and I have new evidence. I need an attorney to present it to a prosecutor um, once we get a new one, because the prosecutor that we have right now, unfortunately, he's not going to speak with me. He will send my case to the attorney general, and at this point, I haven't had a conversation with the new attorney general,
Mm-hmm.
Attorney Blondie. I might be able to have one with her in the future. I want to see in the next couple of years if what kind of prosecutor that Cleveland, Ohio will get. And I
Mm-hmm.
may try to pursue the murder charges once again, but I'm going to have to galvanize for that and do it the right way. So
Right.
I will keep people posted for that. Yeah, because yeah, I don't know what Timothy Loman is. He's probably not even in Ohio no more, but wherever he is, I'm gonna come and get you.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna come and get you. Don't you even worry. I think Frank Grandback is floating around here somewhere. He might still be in Ohio. He might even still be working at the same police department as a desk clerk or something. He might be. I don't know. But what however God sees to be fit, it will happen. It'll happen how he wants it to happen. So again, I'm hoping that we get a prosecutor that's not scared to, take it to the next level, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at. And we're already 11 years. I think we might have a new prosecutor next year. We might. So I'm going to see. But in the meantime, I am looking for a very aggressive attorney to take this case to the next level, because I do have new evidence and it needs to be heard in the state of Ohio and things like that. So, yeah, we'll see.
Not none of them boule ass ambulance chasers that be everywhere. Every time some cameras roll around,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
huh?
unfortunately, it's unfortunately, I know everybody know that Crump was my attorney, and Crump job is to get the exposure, and I don't knock him for that. But when it comes to administration paperwork, he's gonna need some assistance. And this, long as you get the right assistance, I don't see nothing wrong with it, but he is good for exposure. He is the face of civil rights. So, if people get him, they're lucky to get him because he's going to expose it. He's going to do what he's supposed to do, to make sure that the case is heard. Now, how much he's going to do it, I don't know. I still believe Sia Macy case should still be out there in the media. They quietly closed that because they knew it was going to be an uproar in this country. So is they do things for certain reasons. I'm still waiting to hear about the George Floyd bill. Okay, so
Right,
again, I ain't gonna play. I don't have time to play games with these folks. If
right.
people want to see them for what they is, okay. I've already seen the writing on the wall. I already know to say no. Okay. I'm like Cat Williams. Sometimes you just gotta say no. Okay. No, no, no.
Gotta tell them
Absolutely.
no. Yeah,
You
you
gotta
gotta
tell them
tell them no.
no. Oh,
You gotta
shit.
tell them no.
You gotta tell them no. Yes. And move on.
Yeah.
I learned it the hard way, okay? If there's any families that need advice from me, they can get with me. I do have a pamphlet that I created, like a tip guide for parents of police murders, and I can email it to you. It's just tips on how to manage your wrongful death case and your criminal case at the same time, and tips on probate issues. Because unfortunately, when your loved one get killed by the police, um, there is an estate established. And I
Mm.
also believe with maybe community violence as well too. I believe it's an estate established. So I have a lot of information and tips on that, and I still just assist, help families around the country, even if I'm showing up to a court date, whatever.
Right.
It just you have to get on my schedule, and if it's some funding, let me know. Because I be paying for this stuff out my pocket,
Right.
because I'm
Right.
I'm true to this, I'm solid.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's
So you
what
gotta
I
find the
that's
word. I done kept you up past your nap time, Queen Mother.
I'm
I
trying to
love you. We love you. We support you.
say.
You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta find the word
Absolute.
for us, and
Yeah.
how can people get a hold of you if you want to get a hold?
Okay, and don't forget about. I will keep you posted on the Eric Gardner's event. Okay.
Definitely. I'm there. I'm on
Okay.
there.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you for having me. Everyone enjoy it. Oh, so check us out on Facebook and Instagram, Tamir Rice Foundation on Facebook and Instagram. Our website is under construction right now, but you should still be able to go on Tamir Rice Foundation. Just Google it; it should come up, and the donation link is there if you want to send a donation in, or it should be a request form there to request Miss Rice to come speak. Or it's my email should be on there just to send me an email if you need to. So those are ways to get in contact with me on Instagram and Facebook, Tamir Rice Foundation. You can just type it in; it should come up. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it should still come up. Yeah, and I thought they would. I thought it was under construction. It must not be under there now.
Yeah, it's under
Yeah.
construction still. It's just this
Okay.
was like
Yeah.
one of the yeah.
Okay. Where's the donation link at? Because we're always. Can you go see if the donation link is on there?
Yeah, I seen it yesterday. Let me just make sure
Oh,
real
you seen
quick.
it yesterday? Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. If the donate, it
Mhm.
should still work. Hit it for me. See if you hit it.
Bam.
Yeah. Did it come up? It should have came up as.
Yes,
Uh, it came up.
yes.
I don't see it. Where it come up at?
It's on the screen right here.
Where? I just
All
see
right,
donate now. Hit the link.
here we
Hit the
go.
don. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's still working. Thank God. So please support the vision. You wouldn't be disappointed. Again, I have already put about $600,000 into the building. Just doing events, getting certain grants from around the country. Nothing in Ohio,
right.
unfortunately, and just doing what I'm supposed to do for the people. I'm a servant, and that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm a servant to the children, and I just believe in planting the seed while they're young. And that's my slogan: planting the seed while they're young. And I believe that. I invested in my children, and if this didn't happen to our family, my kids was destined to do great things. I believe that. Like I said, I have 4 high school graduates, and today they're just maintaining. They're working and taking care of their children, and dealing with their illness. So that's all I can ask for. It hasn't been easy. It's definitely a rough journey, but we was able to get through it, and we're still thriving.
Definitely. Like I said,
Yeah.
we love you, Queen Mother.
Thank you.
This is one of your homes, okay? One of your homes,
Okay.
your warrior children, your revolutionary children. We out here and
Thank you.
we still active.
All right.
But
I appreciate
much,
y'all. Okay. Much love. Okay.
much
Peace.
love. All right, peace. So that's Queen Mother Samaria Rice. If y'all listening out there, go to the website, click the link, make a donation. I don't care if it's $1, I don't care if it's $2, whatever it is. If you want her to come speak, get a hold of her. She will come speak. Uh, you know, uh, she's very near and dear and close to my heart. So I'm glad we got a few minutes with her today. So let's continue to make our lives count in every moment, you know, memorable and magical. So with that, say peace, love, black power, and we out of here.
Okay, it's your mother. I'm just calling, checking to see if you got home safe, son. Give me a call so I won't worry. Love you. Bye.
I woke up out of a good night's sleep and slipped right into a daydream that may seem like a lifetime. Then the night rewind to this light shine upon my face as I awake. to daydreaming, to chase demons, way to the evening till I'm sleeping. Then I awake, freeze, and I start screaming. It's late, sharp breathing, my heart still beating. Running through the pocket patch, thunderclap, lightning, rain, rivers, running from the gaps, valleys, plains, hills, cornfields, the sun and path, running back above the map. Is this sleep deprivation, or am I on deep medication? Am I meditating till I'm asleep, but I keep awakening? I'm searching for the requiem inside my mind's aquariums, trying to break free from this lucid entrapment, using music as my blueprint for magic, my inception to my insurrection for madness. Blessed be priest message, each record's a classic. Pray there's no wreckage when her spirit exit the casket. I called her mommy till she's wrapped like a mummy. My first spaceship was her tummy. I ate what she ate when I'm hungry. Humbled, my arms crumbled as the grapes was taken from me. I shook like a quake, her spirit lift like a ship from a lake. Comfortably, when they come for me, I'ma embrace the entire space, the sun and sea. Then shout, Mom, you did great. Wonderfully, I came from the thunder inside your belly, healthy with 1 or 2 teeth. You taught me to speak, then God told me to preach, and gave me a sword for his head. I'ma take hold of the beast. Soon as your soul release, I'ma let go of peace. Now I'm ready for the war that was shown to me. I'm the devil's hunter, that's the spirit I'm under. I'ma chase you to nightfall, to the sun up, to break the chains of asunder. I have insomnia, on my way to the Andromeda. Study the planets like an astronomer. Interstellar, I'm telling with the elders from South America. I'm 51, and I'm familiar with that area. I'm with the healers when I wrote Rocket to Nebula. My veins are filled with the ancestors' blood, and I'm a replica of the messenger. When it rains, it's just a flood to cover the plains from something high-tech above. The unexplained, the sun is my main. I'm unreachable, untamed, unspeakable, unchanged. I remain the same. Only see growth through my deep quotes. Tell Thoth I'm in deep thought. I could break a bill if they free range. My mother's initials on God's keychain. Storm bills, cornfields, chasing up the Laurel Hill. I'll get at your sworn deals, born skills. Wintertime, warm meals. My mother's gone, I'm on still. Waking up the morning chills. Peer to a dimension fillers to filters. Of spirits for healers. To becoming wireless into splitters. To deliver. You begin losing signal, they're little. Into crystals. In the middle. Behind the moon's gateway. In the shape of an egg. No more naysayers as you're going through the lunar haze. Face plates. Infinity in the 8 shaped. The time is wintry, you see the gray 8. Then turn to the grave and say, where's your debate? For this is fate. I start unplugging, debugging. Before my transition, make man see woman. Then plant myself into the seed before the becoming. I'm still in the cornfield running. Interstellar, Cinderella, said Cinderfella. I transcend from the nebula. This is the end of an era. I wish you good luck in all your endeavors. Release the pressure, the depressor. Then read the letters. Encounter us without seeing a body, like you emailed us. Delightful that it's not when you contact us, it's when we write you back. I used to watch continents fall just by my chi energy alone. I never used stone. I destroy cities by using cotton balls and big pillars of silken clouds. I watched their towers go down like a comet hit their walls, then smash their buildings with fog. That is all. The post verse. Trying to phone home, picking up ETs on the main line. After I crash, I'm experiencing amnesia and deja vu at the same time. And an unexpected close encounter of the 5th kind. The Akashic Records, Book of Revelations, we experience the 6th sign. What the prophets predict, shift paradigms. Do we believe in the tarots or their minds? The man that travels through the shadows till he shines. Factual, they don't attack you, they attack the genes. My black queen took the vaccine. They blaspheme, ask Tutankhamen. They get curses when you unmask kings. Martin Luther and his one last dream. Riding bikes, climbing heights, whiny heights, flying kites. Lighting pipes, Mayan sights, driving pikes. Find a blinding light, road at night, motorbike. Roller coaster sight, closer bright, poltergeist.
Okay, it's your mother. I'm just calling, checking to see if you got home safe, son. Give me a call so I won't worry. Love you. Bye.
Message saved.
hater, brother's letter. I should cut my ear off like Van Gogh. Stop performing at the Klan shows. Watch myself from the audience. Play piano with lit candles. I mean, I'll still perform, but the thrill is gone. I don't feel as strong, maybe cause the will is torn. I clutch in a ball cause I'm sick to my gut. Then I brushed off the dust, stood up like I was touched by healing palms. I picked up my shield and 3 rocks as I'm hearing psalms. Know ye not that ye are gods? And I've been blocked by bouncers, overlooked by the announcers. I'm in the stand with the fans, which told me many of my album was like a counselor. They said songs like Then From Now, got them from then to now. Even deja vu, they said the old man was you in the reoccurring nightmare where you kept coming back around. I took a picture with him. Then he showed me a picture of his daughter in a cap and gown. He said he put her through college because your words stood up for knowledge. Said, to be honest, you like a prophet. I said, stop it. He said, what made you right before quarantine take us to Nebula in a rocket? I said it was just my journey to the planet of gods, a divine intervention. Just a mantra I said for the monsters in my head. Kept reliving, but we true and living. Like 3 supermen then, he said, who you kidding? That was a beautiful listening. Clan came on and music was hitting. The did 4th chamber while I talked to strangers about his divorce and child support papers. Got it restrained in court for his anger. On the cross cause of haters. As Ghost finish up with the black suede while he dawn. They look around, I'm not on. They search backstage and I'm gone. Watch finish the set, play the next song. Play the next. Nobody would remember. He hardly was a member. But the gods was his avengers. With the bars always an inventor. From kindergarten to jobs at the center. From the mini mart, pocket cars for the winter. Kept a penny jar. What's the odds I get injured? Dreams of a football star was hindered. My lovers died, my brother's demise. My first son arrived in September. Virgo. No more pop locking like a turbo. Stopping in Stockton in my circles. Metanetsa, love was eternal. Ancestors, embrace her. Sword in my dreams like Jacob. Wrestle with the devils before I wake up. Or was that an angel in flames who renamed you? Kill a priest to join the Wu-Tang school. Say to them, oh son of man, now children go in the land. Now I'm on send them 5 deadly venoms.
Freak out, yo!
Yeah, man. Man, say what up.
Huh?
Say what up.
So what?
Say what's up. Man, you look like grandma.
Oh, you looking at me now?
You cannot go without this book, and let me explain why. Voices of the Diaspora, written by Knowledge Born Allah, takes you through countless and countless different blacks. From our scholars, our warriors, our great sisters, and even entrepreneurs. It speaks to the past, the present, and the future. There's even an action plan for us that are serious about businesses that we wanted to take on. Entrepreneurship is one of the first things that he speaks about. And if you're an avid reader, this is a 5-part series. So this is not only a great resource for ourselves, it's a great resource for us as parents. We can teach it and incorporate it into our lesson plans for our children.
Knowledge bomb. What the science, baby?
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them. That in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? So no more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get
And
back
that
to
motive
the
is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.